Got to go to the mining sector now. Investment in South Africa's mining sector appears riskier than the other industries, certainly industrials apparently, but according to Pierre Marais, the portfolio manager at Citadel, who's in Cape Town, there is still value to be found in the mining sector. Pierre, where is that value? I mean, there's always value somewhere, but I mean, you've got to say, yes, value, but on the other hand, a lot of risk as well. What are you looking at?
Yes, hi Lindsay, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. Yeah, well, the opportunity is always there when the news is bad. I think I was listening with interest to your guest talking about the industrial board and particularly Wayne's comment about not finding value when the news is good. Well, as you know, the news is rather bad in the mining sector. So yes, there is some value. Maybe just a bit of perspective, if I may, Lindsay.
Yeah.
We think there is very little, if any, value in the single commodity producers, and in particular we haven't been holders of gold or platinum shares for a very long time now, 7 or 8 years. However, on the other hand, the diversified miners do seem to show a lot more value than the gold or the platinum sector in our minds. And I can elaborate on that a bit if you'd like.
Well, let's not elaborate because I think you've made your point, and as we're a little bit short of time, let's get on to Izan. Would you agree with that?
I do agree, because I mean, if I was to go into the market also now, and I'm a little bit wary of gold and platinum also, but if I was to, I am actually invested in some of the majors, the bulletins and that sort of thing. Is that what you mean? And amongst those, where's your direction there?
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, the issue for us, maybe by example, or for example, we can say that, you know, I for one don't understand how the platinum shares are valued. I mean, they haven't performed very well over the last 5 or 6 years, but I still don't think they value. However, if someone offered me Anglo Platinum for free, then I would take it. And that happens to be the case at the moment if you buy Anglo's, the parent company. Yeah. So if you do a bit of work on the moving parts inside of Anglo's, then, and I was looking in again this afternoon, you get Anglo Plats for free.
Is that true, Wayne? Do you agree with that statement?
I actually can't comment. I actually haven't done the sums. I mean, we own a lot of Anglos, we own a lot of Kumba, and in fact 2 weeks ago we bought platinum for the first time in 8 years. So we actually own some platinum exposure, because I think the rot's gone on too long now in the share price, and I think the profitability of the companies will be restored.
It's a big step for you, Wayne, because you've been so critical of it. What do you think about Pierre's story, though, about no single stocks, single commodity stocks, though?
No, look, I mean, fair enough. We don't own any gold and haven't for donkey's years, and I'm not about to go and buy now. But look, we own Sasol, we own Kumba, as if you can call them single commodity stock companies. We've just, as I said, very recently, 2 weeks ago, bought a small exposure to platinum, because I think the profitability is going to be restored, because they're just going to close the unprofitable shafts and reduce supply, and the platinum price will eventually run. But all we own are resource shares and banks. We don't own the industrials. And on a day like today, you almost want to break down and cry, because the shares that you think are just massively overvalued go up 3%, 5%, 6%. I mean, very briefly, look at the condition of the South African economy. We just hear bad news. And
just
yet,
pass that to Wayne, will you? Just
in case I do break down.
While you blow your nose, Wayne, we're just going to go back to Pierre. What is your portfolio at the moment, Pierre? Tell us about your commodity exposure.
Yeah, let's have a chat about that, Lindsay. Yeah, interestingly, what Wayne said is very interesting. Just a bit of perspective, maybe, on the gold and platinum producers. They currently constitute between them 3.9, maybe let's call it in round numbers, 4% of the index. So while you know we've seen a lot of airtime around, particularly the platinum sector, because of the socioeconomic consequences of this strike, unprecedented strike, from an investor's perspective, those two sectors together are smaller than Sasol. And Wayne is right. I mean, Wayne, if you think Sasol is a single commodity producer, yes, we own that. And we own some Billiton and Anglos and African Rainbow Minerals. Those are the three multi-commodity producing mining businesses that we quite like, because, you know, ultimately we understand the news, but our job really is to try and understand what's in the price. And in our view at the moment, what's in the price for gold and platinum shares is still too rich compared to what's going on in the industry.
Pierre, you left one out, Glencore.
I left it out on purpose because it's expensive. We value guys, and although we like it, because of course it doesn't have iron ore exposure like all the others do, and all the others have quite a lot of iron ore exposure, and there's a story to be told there as well.
I think there's so many opportunities that are going to come, Pierre, over the next few weeks and months as this whole platinum story unfolds, but also the valuations and other things. And look at Kumba Iron Ore with a PE of 7. That's another one that keeps on getting whispered in my ear by various commentators. We'll have to leave it there, though, but thanks very much for popping in to the Cape Town studio. That was Pierre Marais, who is a portfolio manager at Citadel. That's all we have time for on Business Tonight. We'll be back with Investment 360 right after this break, so please stay with us.